the last 2 years, I mean, all of us, I mean, we need a spiritual readjustment, I think.
Joel Osteen, a well-known preacher and televangelist, has touched countless lives and helped many people grow in their faith. However, despite the positive impact, he has found himself caught in a series of controversies that have cast a shadow over his ministry, marriage, and personal life. Now, a surprising new development has surfaced. Joel Osteen may be facing sentencing, leaving many to wonder if this marks the end of his ministry and what lies ahead for Lakewood Church. What events led to this potential sentencing? Join us as we dive into the controversy that may have brought him to this devastating point. Controversy. Joel Osteen's ministry comes to an end. Final goodbye forever. Joel Osteen's ministry has long been a source of controversy. He has faced significant criticism for promoting the prosperity gospel, a teaching that emphasizes the pursuit of wealth over spiritual growth. Critics argue that this focus on material success, rather than faith, undermines Christian values. Additionally, concerns have been raised about the source of Lakewood Church's wealth, with some suggesting it comes from the donations of members rather than charitable acts. For years, Osteen enjoyed a loyal following, but recently, scandals have started to catch up with him. Accusations of financial misconduct, rumors of infidelity, and his extravagant lifestyle have tarnished his public image. Osteen has also faced backlash for his handling of crises like Hurricane Harvey and the COVID-19 pandemic. Critics were outraged when he initially hesitated to open the doors of Lakewood Church to those in need during the hurricane, and his response to the pandemic was similarly criticized. These controversies have had a serious impact on Osteen's reputation, causing many of his supporters to turn away. His once strong following has now significantly weakened, and it seems his time in the spotlight is coming to an end. News of a possible legal sentence for Osteen has shocked the Christian community, with many questioning the legacy of the prosperity gospel. While the teaching gave hope to some, others believe it fostered greed and selfishness, diverting attention from core Christian principles like kindness, community, and justice. As the influence of the prosperity gospel wanes, many people are seeking a faith centered around humility, honesty, and fairness rather than material wealth and personal success. Legal consequences. Osteen's story is a stark reminder that true faith is built on love, humility, and service to others, not the pursuit of financial gain. Whether or not he faces criminal charges depends on various factors, including his level of involvement in any financial mismanagement. As the leader of a nonprofit organization, Osteen is responsible for ensuring the church operates in compliance with nonprofit laws. If it's found that he was aware of financial wrongdoing or personally benefited from misused funds, he could be held accountable. However, legal experts believe it would be difficult to prove his direct involvement, especially since Osteen delegates much of the church's operations to others. Without substantial evidence, it's unlikely he would face criminal charges. Even if no criminal charges are brought, Osteen could still face serious legal and reputational damage. Allegations of financial misconduct may lead to lawsuits from church members or donors who feel they were misled. Such lawsuits could demand repayment of funds and further tarnish Osteen's image. Moreover, the church could face greater scrutiny, potentially leading to stricter regulations for megachurches and increased transparency about their finances. Consultant Sarah Reed suggests that if Lakewood Church faces penalties for financial mismanagement, it could trigger significant changes in how other large churches operate. The news of Osteen's potential legal troubles has further shaken the Christian community. As the face of the prosperity gospel, Osteen now faces the consequences of his actions. His ministry, which once inspired millions with messages of hope and positivity, has been accused of encouraging greed and materialism. The immense pressure of leading such a large ministry has clearly taken its toll on Osteen, both personally and professionally. These accusations could bring more attention to Osteen's leadership, and if proven true, it could mark the end of his time at Lakewood Church. As legal and reputational risks continue to grow, the future of his ministry remains uncertain. Given the numerous accusations against Joel Osteen, what more could possibly harm his reputation even as an author? Keep watching to find out. Plagiarism. Joel Osteen accused of plagiarism, a blow to his reputation. Joel Osteen's rise to fame as a best-selling author and televangelist has not been without challenges, and one of the most serious accusations he has faced is plagiarism, using someone else's work as his own. These claims have raised doubts about his honesty, credibility, and integrity. In 2007, Osteen's book Become a Better You was criticized for including passages that appeared to closely resemble the work of other authors, sparking debates about plagiarism and the responsibility of writers to properly credit their sources. One significant case involved Dr. Paul, a Christian author and speaker, who accused Osteen of copying parts of his work without giving credit, leading to a public disagreement where Osteen denied the allegations. These accusations have seriously damaged Osteen's reputation, causing many to question his integrity and call for greater transparency in his preaching and writing. Critics argue that the plagiarism claims are part of a larger issue, suggesting Osteen prioritizes fame and success over honesty and moral values, with his focus on prosperity and wealth, along with his lavish lifestyle, further reinforcing these concerns. The plagiarism accusations have left a lasting stain on Osteen's ministry, raising ongoing questions about his character and leadership. In light of the controversy surrounding his leadership at Lakewood Church, what are his family members, particularly his sisters, saying about it? Stay tuned to find out. Concerns and criticism. The Osteen sisters speak out about Lakewood Church. In the midst of the growing controversy surrounding Joel Osteen's leadership at Lakewood Church, his family members, especially his sister, have begun to speak out. Lisa Osteen's viewpoint carries a lot of weight. She is a respected minister and has spent a lot of time reflecting on what she believes is a painful shift away from the values that once defined Lakewood Church. Lisa claims that under Joel's leadership, the church has focused more on money than on its spiritual mission. Lisa has been outspoken about how the church's focus on wealth and image distracts from its spiritual mission. She highlights the expensive spending tied to Joel's lifestyle and large budget productions as signs of misplaced priorities. This isn't what our father built, Lisa says in nearly every interview. He believed in serving people, not promoting himself. This situation raises larger concerns about megachurches in general. This has led to questionable spending and a growing gap between the church's actions and the needs of its congregation. Lisa says that their father, John Osteen, valued humility and service, and it hurts her to see those values replaced by excess and self-promotion. She is worried that donations meant for the church's mission are being used to maintain the church's image instead of directly helping the community. One of Lisa's main concerns is the lack of financial oversight, which she believes makes it easy for funds to be misused. While she doesn't directly accuse Joel, her comments suggest that there should be more accountability among the church's leaders. Lisa's concerns echo broader criticisms of large churches, where unclear financial practices often raise suspicions. She used to be very passionate about the church's outreach programs, but feels pushed aside as Joel's control over decisions grew. She says that over time, it felt like Joel stopped listening to the rest of the family. In her words, it was as if our voices didn't matter anymore. Lisa also feels that Joel has distanced himself from family members who were once involved in the church, focusing more on building his personal brand than on the shared vision they had. The change in leadership, according to the sisters, has hurt both the family and the integrity of Lakewood Church. April Osteen is also frustrated with how the church's focus has shifted under Joel's leadership. She remembers a time when Lakewood was deeply involved in local projects, like feeding the homeless and offering counseling services. These programs were the heart of their mission. April says now, however, those efforts feel like an afterthought, overshadowed by Joel's focus on selling books and making television appearances. Tamara, who used to manage operations at Lakewood, has become one of the loudest critics of Joel. She claims that there are ethical problems at the church and that its financial practices lack transparency. Tamara describes a secretive atmosphere where major decisions are made without input from trusted family members or advisors. One of her biggest concerns is that donation funds are being misused. She believes some of the money is going to luxury renovations and expensive marketing campaigns, instead of being used for the church's mission. When people donate to a church, they expect their money to do good, Tamara says, not to fund extravagant lifestyles or PR campaigns. Tamara has also criticized how Lakewood handles its financial records. She claims the church has resisted basic transparency practices, like regular audits and clear financial reports. If you have nothing to hide, why avoid accountability? She asks. Her comments have led to calls for an independent investigation into Lakewood's finances. The sisters' decision to speak out has shaken the image of Lakewood Church and raised serious doubts about Joel's leadership. This moment marks a critical turning point for the family. Besides his family, are there other people who have publicly opposed his teachings? Stay tuned to find out. Justin Bieber calls out Osteen, a clash of Christian beliefs. The controversies surrounding Joel Osteen's ministry have raised questions about whether it focuses more on showmanship than substance. Even public figures like Justin Bieber have expressed concerns. Bieber, whose spiritual journey has gained a lot of attention, recently made comments about Osteen that stirred the Christian community. In a surprising statement, Bieber seemed to criticize Osteen's teachings, sparking rumors about a deeper disagreement between their views on Christianity. The tension between them likely stems from their different approaches to living a Christ-centered life. For years, Osteen has preached the prosperity gospel, which teaches that faith and positive thinking can lead to wealth and success. While this message has earned him millions of followers and substantial wealth, it has also faced criticism for focusing more on material gain than spiritual growth. Bieber, on the other hand, embraces a more humble, service-oriented view of Christianity. His public statements often emphasize forgiveness, humility, and rejecting worldly excess values that seem to conflict with Osteen's glamorous sermons and lifestyle. The tension became even more apparent when Bieber recently spoke out about his faith. During a personal discussion, Bieber bluntly called Osteen a liar. Although he didn't name Osteen directly, his comments sparked a lot of speculation about his feelings toward Osteen's ministry. Sources close to Bieber say he has grown uncomfortable with Osteen's focus on wealth as a sign of God's blessings. Bieber's faith is deeply personal, and he believes in humility and serving others, rather than pursuing material success. His social media posts often contain subtle critiques, leading many to believe his comments were aimed at Osteen. This isn't the first time Osteen has faced criticism. He has often been accused of prioritizing wealth over service, with critics pointing to his lavish lifestyle and the resources of Lakewood Church. Bieber's decision to speak out has sparked mixed reactions. Some have praised his honesty and courage, while others question whether it's appropriate for him to speak out so publicly. One thing is clear: Bieber's comment, "He's a liar," has reignited a debate about authenticity in modern Christianity. Even with all the challenges Joel Osteen has faced, he continues to stay strong in his journey. What key moments and experiences have helped him become the influential figure he is today? Keep watching to find out. Joel's journey to leadership, overcoming challenges, and rising to fame. Joel Osteen has become well known, rising above many challenges throughout his life. He was born in Houston, Texas, in 1963, into a religious family. His father, John Osteen, was a pastor who founded Lakewood Church in 1959 in a small feed store. Joel grew up with 5 siblings, all of whom helped the church grow. However, Joel was not the obvious choice to become a preacher. While his siblings embraced preaching, Joel was quiet and reserved, preferring to work behind the scenes managing Lakewood's media production. For 16 years, he worked hard to make sure every sermon was broadcast perfectly. Things changed when his father became ill. Although John had often asked Joel to preach, Joel had always refused, thinking public speaking wasn't for him. However, when his father asked him one last time, Joel agreed. Sadly, his father passed away just days later. This tragedy left Joel grieving and facing an uncertain future. Despite his lack of experience and formal training, Joel felt he had to continue his father's work. This decision changed his life and surprised many. At first, people doubted Joel could take over for his father, especially since he was shy. For the first few months, he tried to imitate his father's powerful preaching style, but he soon realized it wasn't his true style. A turning point came when Joel read a Bible verse that reminded him to serve his generation in his own way. With faith and persistence, Joel began connecting with people in an honest and relatable way. His sermons, full of positive messages, spoke to people seeking hope, In just a few years, Lakewood Church became the fastest-growing church in the United States. Taking over the church in 1999 was a big challenge for Joel. He knew he couldn't preach like his father, so he decided to use his own voice, focusing on hope, positivity, and God's blessings. His message of hope helped the church grow quickly, and attendance increased. In 2005, Lakewood moved to the Compaq Center, a 16,000-seat arena that had been home to professional sports teams. Joel didn't limit his impact to the church building. He used the media to spread his message, increasing the television budget and securing primetime slots. In just a few years, his sermons were being broadcast in over 100 countries, reaching millions of people every week. His friendly and approachable style earned him the nickname, the Smiling Preacher. Joel also wrote books that helped spread his influence. His 2004 book, Your Best Life Now, became a bestseller, offering 7 steps to reach full potential. He followed it with more successful books like Become a Better You, continuing his message of positivity and self-improvement. Joel Osteen's sermons often avoid deep or traditional theology. Instead, he focuses on simple, positive messages, often repeating that God wants people to live better lives. While this approach has helped many, it has also been criticized. Some people feel that Osteen is more of a motivational speaker, offering a simpler version of Christianity. Joel Osteen is known for his ministry and TV presence, but there's more to his life beyond the spotlight. Keep watching to discover the personal side of him. Joel and Victoria Osteen. Their marriage, family, and Lakewood Church. Joel Osteen may be widely recognized for his ministry and television presence, but his life extends far beyond the spotlight. Joel Osteen met his wife, Victoria, at her mother's jewelry store when he stopped by to buy a battery for his watch. Victoria was born on March 28, 1961, in Huntsville, Alabama. Her father, Donald Aloff, worked as a mathematician on the Saturn rocket project for General Electric, and her mother, Georgine, taught Sunday school and ran the family's jewelry store. When Victoria was 2, her family moved to Houston after her father started working for NASA. Joel and Victoria married on April 4, 1987, and have now been together for over 30 years. Victoria once shared in a blog post that their marriage has been a wonderful journey. She said Joel is a great husband, and they focus on unconditional love and daily commitment, even though their relationship isn't perfect. One thing that stands out in their marriage is Joel's commitment to the Billy Graham rule, which suggests men should avoid spending time alone with women who aren't their wives. Joel follows this rule to prevent scandals, like those that have affected others in the Christian community. He also spends the first 30 minutes of every day reflecting and praying, asking himself if his actions align with God's will. Joel has also given some unusual advice for married couples. He once told wives to visit Victoria's Secret to find something nice to wear for their husbands, saying wives should look good for their husbands, not just for others. Victoria agreed, encouraging women to put in the effort to look nice for their partners and not just wear old bathrobes. Joel and Victoria have 2 children, Jonathan, 24, and Alexandra, 21. Both are musically talented and have been involved in Lakewood Church since they were young. Jonathan preaches to the church's youth group on Sundays, but when asked if he would become the senior pastor one day, he said he is focusing on the present and looking forward to the future. Joel and Victoria are co-pastors of Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, and both have written books. Victoria's first book, Love Your Life, Living Happy, Healthy, and Whole, was published in 2008, and she has written several other books. Joel's first book, Your Best Life Now, 7 Steps to Living at Your Full Potential, was a New York Times bestseller in 2004, and he has since written more than a dozen other books. His televised sermons reach over 10 million people weekly in 100 countries. The Osteen family lives in a 17,000-square-foot home in River Oaks, Texas, worth more than $10.5 million. Joel has said he doesn't take a salary from Lakewood Church, which has a $7 million annual budget. Instead, he supports his lifestyle through book sales. What do you think about all the controversies surrounding Joel Osteen? Do you think these issues could lead to serious consequences for him, possibly ending his ministry? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.